Now it is time to witness the many faces of death.
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trail into Your Action. Growing up, Faces of Death was a notorious movie in the sense that it became something more of a legend than a movie, at least for me, because I was curious about it and I wasn't really into horror when I was younger. What I was told was that there were real deaths depicted in the movie. When I say movie, I remember this mainly from VCRs. There may have been theatrical releases, but I don't really remember those. But in any case, supposedly real deaths were depicted in these videos. Though, as I grew older, I came to understand where my mindset was at that time. I believed that it depicted real deaths. And I should mention that's probably bullshit. But as I said, I was younger and it just made sense to me. To be fair, it's hardly the most ludicrous thing I've come by growing up. For instance, if you saw the Duran Duran video, The Reflex, when there's a fountain of water from the screen, I thought that was real. I shit you not, I really did. So the idea that I believed it when people said that Faces of Death depicted real murder and various other ways of people dying, you can see where I'm coming from. I just really believed it was true. Though the thing is, that's the antithesis for why I watch horror movies. I don't find the gore in horror movies, for the most part, to be terribly realistic. In fact, some of it is insanely silly when you think about it. In that, if you understand human anatomy, it's not easy to, for instance, decapitate someone. Can people do it? Of course, and they have throughout history. But the notion that it's an easy thing, like those movies typically depict it as being, is just ludicrous. In your neck, there's muscle, there's tendon, there is a spinal column running right from the bottom of your neck to your posterior. It is not easy to do that. It, once again, can be done and has been done, but it is not easy to do. And the logic applies to most movie violence. It's just ridiculous. And for me, I find that enjoyable. And also the fact that it's an art form. I don't think comedy is an art form. I think it can touch on art. But is everyone creating art with a capital A? God, no. I don't believe that for a second. But makeup artists are called artists for a reason. It is an art, and when it works well, it is terrifying to watch. But once again, you're seeing the artifice of it, and that's important to me. I don't want to see real violence. The world sucks enough as it is without me seeing that. I don't need that. I don't want that. And if I thought this upcoming Faces of Death movie had it, I would not be at all interested in it. But it stars Zachary Montgomery as well as a few other actors. He's just the name I'm most familiar with from Stranger Things. And so this is clearly a movie. Maybe it will even have a plot, which, if you're at all familiar with what the Faces of Death films were about, it had none. In any case, let's look at the official Red Band trailer for Faces of Death.
Now it is time to witness the many faces of death.
dare you? They haven't seen anything yet.
Well, that was the official trailer for Face of Death, and it does seem to have a plot, unlike what I have heard the original movies were, which is, again, just scenes of various people dying in not so great ways. It looks interesting. It's a great little trailer. I'm pretty confident no one is dying and being filmed in this upcoming movie. But if it doesn't play with that idea in some interesting ways, I think it could potentially be a waste. It even referred to it at the opening of the trailer. A clear indicator that they're well aware of this movie's, these tapes' reputation, and it would be foolish not to take advantage of it. So what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trail into Reaction. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like, follow, or buy me a coffee.